in April, I was able to get a space in Arkansas, but it was still over an hour away. I didn't think that, because I didn't think it would be like that much trouble, like getting to go to that space, but it does add up. Just finding the time to like get down there when they're open, and having time to actually like work on getting the product out. They do have work nights on Sunday nights, but again, it's just not very helpful when I can't start doing that until like Sunday night, and then I have to drive back. I don't like driving in the dark. So anyways, and it was a year lease. So it was a very big commitment. The lady like really sold me on it though, and telling me crazy numbers that like other shops had been doing that were similar. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, like this could be life-changing if I could do that. And I don't doubt, like I'm sure, you know, there are shops that do really well there, but that just hasn't been the case for me at all. And I know I haven't been down there as much as I should, but my shop has like been stocked. So I don't know. It's just, it hasn't been what I had imagined. So it's very high rent plus commission. But what sold me on it was different from my other shops where there's actual like walls built between each boutique. So you really have like your own storefront, but you know, you don't have to be there, and they have employees and whatnot. So you just stock it like the other ones, but you really get to like make it your own. So that's what like really sold me, and it's really cool. It's just the distance, and you know, the sales just aren't there. And I would say too, just the rent is so high, like it makes it so hard to make it worth it. But it was a year lease. So again, I did it. Hard learning lesson. So once I'm done with that, into March, I will be moving out of that one too. I mean, it's December, and November like was better, but it still wasn't great. I think my first month was actually better than November. So, yeah, I just have to get through the next few months, and then I'll move out of that one. But, so that was in April. And then in summertime, I got this crazy idea to do like a boutique warehouse sale. And I got really close to a girl that was a vendor in one of the other shops I'm in, and we started talking, and she loved the idea too. And so I was like, well, I definitely need help. So we started like figuring that out, and we thought, well, what's the best place to have like a weekend warehouse sale with like a bunch of boutiques. They bring, you know, just items that like spring summer items like they just want to get rid of, get their money back, be able to buy fall inventory. Like that was the whole idea. And we reached out to so many boutiques. Not many would actually even get back to us. It was just crazy to us, because we would send these Instagram messages, and you obviously, like you can see it says that they read it, and most would not. They would read it and they wouldn't even respond, which I just thought was weird, like as a fellow local boutique owner, to at least just acknowledge like the message, you know, at least just to say like, thank you for thinking of me or including me. But so that was kind of sad. But anyways, we did have like a handful that did reply, and we're really excited. So we were like, okay, the best place to do this would be the mall. So we started talking to the mall about spaces, and that's when the mall was like, well, would you ever consider doing like a temporary, like long-term pop-up with us instead for like the holiday season from like August through December? And we're like, well, I mean, that's a whole other undertaking, but like that could be incredible, because obviously the holiday time is like where you're gonna make the most money. So then we just started getting like serious on those details, and that's what we ended up doing. So we were co-owning the business together. We were able, a lot of the boutiques that had wanted to do that sale with us said yes to coming on board to being vendors in the shop. This was our collective boutique was different in the sense that like everybody's stuff was mixed together. So like all the jeans together, or if we had like a rust color store, like anybody that had rust colored stuff, it all be mixed together. So really the only difference was like that you'd be able to tell was like the person's hang tag. And yeah, so we just wanted to feel like one store, and that way, you know, with the other stores where you have your own space, like that can be bad sometimes. Like if somebody is really low in stock or doesn't have like the full solution, they might find a top and be like, I really need bottoms, but they don't find the bottoms because they don't really look through the other vendors' spots. Versus with this boutique, we could put the full outfit together. So that was the whole concept, and just super excited. We got like over 15 local vendors. We had women's stuff, baby stuff, lots of like jewelry. We added like some decor towards the holiday. So that was the whole concept. And we charged rent, which was it had to be a little bit higher than like what some of my small spaces were, but it was definitely less than what I'm paying at my Arkansas booth. But we did have to do a higher commission because the mall was going to be charging a commission. So we had to account for that, unfortunately. But you know, they understood, because our thinking was like the mall, it's going to be super busy and great. So anyways, we opened in August, and I was still doing my contracted job, and I thought like I would be able to come up a lot more and still be more involved. Like I knew I'd be more behind the scenes, but I thought I'd be able to just be involved more. But of course, the week before we were supposed to open, my boss calls me and says he put in his notice. So I got promoted and brought on full-time, which was great. But it was just like the timing of everything was like, this was not planned. So I was doing originally like the scheduling. I had written up and sent out like all the contracts, getting the payroll together, sending out daily sales reports, things like that were more, the barcodes, like we printed out barcodes. So getting all that uploaded. So like anything like that, I had been doing behind the scenes. And thank goodness, like my co-owner was very understanding from the beginning. I was like, I can't even handle scheduling, so she took over scheduling, and she really just took charge and took over with a lot of like the employee stuff. And so thankfully, like she was just very like understanding and went with it. And I was still able to do like my behind the scenes things. I just wasn't able to come up as much as I wanted. She ended up working in the store a lot more than she had originally planned. So it's just, there's been like a lot of behind the scenes and some drama and crap that happened at the beginning, but you know, it all worked out, got squashed. But anyways, yeah, it wasn't what we thought. Also, sales weren't as great as we had hoped either. August was, I actually didn't think August would be that great, but August was our best month. I don't know about how it compared to November, but I know at least from August through October, August was our best month. And then it like went way downhill, but talking to the mall people, it wasn't like just us. A lot of the mall stores were all seeing like lower numbers, and just things like weren't as busy traffic wise. So that was surprising. I think even for like Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, like it was busy, but it wasn't like as great. Like, yes, they had their best day, I think like Black Friday, but it wasn't like as, you know, crazy as they thought it would be. So, and now I'm kind of speaking in that way because pretty much by like beginning of September, I was like, I'm so stressed between my job and everything. Like, if it's okay, I told my owner, like, can you just take it over the business? And I think like she was already kind of thinking that, but I was like, if you need me to, like, because I like, this is what I signed up for. Like I will stay on and I will do this because I agreed to this. But I know you're already like having to do a lot of things without me. So if you want to go ahead and do this, then like that would be great. Because again, like she's 2 hours away. So it's not like I could just come after work and like come up and help with the store or anything like that. We definitely had a distance between where I was and where she was. So she agreed. Originally, I think I was hoping it would be like by October, and she was like, no way, like that's not going to be enough time to switch everything over, because a lot of things had been like in my name, so we had to switch everything over to her. So November is when, excuse me, that switch did happen. Again, just like so thankful that she agreed to that and was able to do everything. So yeah, November and December it's officially like her shop. I'm just a vendor. I had pitched to her like there were a lot of things that we had bought together with the income from the shop, like our cash wrap and fixtures, things like that. So I was just like, and kind of like listed and added those up, and I was like, so kind of like as my payout, instead of like paying me out for the business, or if you sell these things, like going halfsies on it or whatnot, to just have like free rent and no commission for November and December. Done. So I'm just a vendor now. So I just have a few more weeks to go, and yeah, it's just been nice to not have to worry about it. But it's also been great for her because she's been able, like she's always been online only and had always of course thought about a storefront. So this has been like great for her to see what that would look like, and I think that's like what she's wanting to do, is look for her own space. So I think it ended up working out, being all a good situation.